Yeah, that's a very good question, which we also, get as part of our investor due diligence. I guess obviously there's one aspect of doing pure alpha research, which means extracting as much signal as you can from the various data sets, and that is hugely important. And then the second very important aspect is understanding the risks, portfolio optimization, reducing factor exposure, sector exposures to really, in our case, focus on idiosyncratic alpha, but really making sure that you understand exactly what you're trying to extract from the data and from the instruments that you're trading on, and going after that and optimizing the problem with respect to that. And then obviously you have execution as well, which has to be sophisticated and planned in a way that you take into account all the various different aspects that may actually make your research results unreliable, such as implementation shortfall, market impact, execution costs in various different ways, and so forth. And then there's, of course, the aspect that I mentioned before, which is this challenge of overfitting. And we have actually spent quite a lot of time building a sophisticated framework that allows us not only to reduce overfitting as a whole, but also to measure it and really understand what's happening when we optimize specific parameters or hyperparameters, when we do model selection, how does that impact our overfitting overall? And we've come a long way since we started building up that system in a way that gives us a lot of confidence in our results that we see in simulation, that we expect, and obviously in real trading as well.
Looking at what we've learned, when we think about how long we've been trading this strategy, and this predates the fund we have now. I think you always, regardless of your strategy or your asset class that you are trading, or even your method of doing that, you're always going to have environments that suit your strategy and environments that don't suit your strategy. And for the last 3 years, pretty much since the pandemic came, we've had a very different regime and market, and one that has been fueled by major global black swan events on a fairly regular basis. So in fact, in that case, there is not very little history at all that mimics those environments. So one of the challenges of machine learning, of course, is that we try to learn from history. And when you do get a regime change like that, it's very important that you've built robust models that can deal with those changing environments. And that a lot of that is about managing risk and understanding risk correctly. And to Martin's point, that's what we've been focusing a lot on. And of course, when you do have these environments, you also then get a lot of history to work with as well. So for us, whilst these last few years have been, I guess, not the kind of optimal environment that you would expect us to be thriving in, it's been a good opportunity for us to show robustness in the way that we approach investing, and all the work we've done in terms of reducing risk that Martin mentioned before.